Hey, welcome to our Georgia suburban homestead, friends and family and other folks. We're going to look at rebuilding the garden that was wiped out by the freeze. That includes planting some fava beans. We've got some hay bales that need to be cooked so we can start planting for them in the spring. Straw bales. I've been informed they're not hay, they're straw.
Big difference.
We've got some straw bales and what else?
Looks like garlic survived.
The garlic survived. I'm seeing maybe some kale. I think I saw a cabbage trying to come back. Yeah, it looks like a mess right now.
But the fava beans that we're going to plant in this bed go to 6 feet tall. And this is the type of fava bean that goes 6 feet tall. And we're going to put those down the edges of the bed here where in the footsteps of the beans they're replacing. Even if we don't get a harvest, they should give us good nitrogen in the soil. And Charlie's going to do that. So since we're planting this at the end of the first week of January, we should see them by the end of the third week in January. Hi, Pussy. You know what? I would leave it because it's dead fava beans and they are feeding the soil.
Right?
Yeah, they're returning nitrogen. And you've got your supervisor there to help you. Got a few kale and some sorrel, looks like, or yellow dock. Is that yellow dock? You see how thickly I planted them?
If you get to 6 feet, I assume they get to be pretty big plants.
He's planting it about, what, 1.5 inches down, Charlie?
Yep.
And 4 inches apart. He's going to do, I guess, 1 row or 2 rows all the way down?
1 row on each side.
Think you have enough seed for 1 row at each side?
Yep. If the spacing I think so.
Okay, so he's got those rows done, and now we're going to go over to our combination bed that's right next door that we had the Scotch bonnet peppers in last season, and we have raked soil to the side, put replacement bales in, rake soil to the side, put replacement bales in. The bales need to be cooked in the method that I showed you in my first straw bale gardening video. But the soil in between should be extremely fertile, and it's been fully amended, and it's had crops that we incorporate into the soil that actually feed the soil. And we're going to be doing a second variety of fava beans that don't get quite as tall as the beans that he planted here, but they produce at different rates. The first one was like 120 days, and this one's going to take 70 days. But I love fava beans, and the good thing about it is even with all these nice fava beans that were just starting to bloom, that got bitten back and killed, they are incorporating nitrogen into the soil, which means when we go to plant our tomatoes and peas in this bed later on this year, maybe some beans, we're not going to plant as many tomatoes this year as we did last year. I've kind of zeroed in on the varieties that I enjoy. But anyway, the fava beans will build the soil, so we don't pull them out and throw them away. We just let them go ahead and decompose and go back into the soil here. So it's all good. It's all part of a kind of a permaculture way of approaching gardening. So let me show you the other bed now. So if you remember from prior videos, this was solid peppers. And what we did was we shoveled the soil that was right here to the side and put 3 replacement bales in, and then followed the process on down. So we need to cook these straw bales need to be cooked, but this soil is ready to plant in. So fava beans it is, and we're going to also start cooking the straw bales today. And you can watch us do that. So that one package of seed gave me 20 seeds, and I just wanted to show you the spacing that I do. And Charlie says I plant them too close. But just in case germination isn't what it should be, they should be 8 inches across. That's probably about 6 inches. And then I just push them in. What you find, Brucey? So if you remember, you takes half a cup of fertilizer per bale scattered, and this is a 1/4 cup, so I'll use 2 scoops of this high nitrogen fertilizer per bale and water it in. Just as a refresher, I'll show you. So we're using 3400 all-purpose fertilizer. It's extremely high nitrogen. People use this on their lawns. At about March they'll put it down to help things start greening up. Again, it's nitrogen, so it encourages greening, but it produces heat.
Lisa's going to be watering the fertilizer into the bales. That nitrogen to go down between the strands and make the bacteria really happy, and they'll start chomping down on the cellulose and sugars in that straw.
Increase the heat too, won't they?
And as they do that, as they respire, they create a bunch of heat, and those bales will get hot even in the cold weather. How hot is going to be an interesting question.
They can go up to 130, right? Like
yeah,
115?
they go up to 130, but that's typically in warmer weather. Now, down in the middle of the bale, they'll probably be good and hot, but at the edges, maybe not so much, especially in the morning. But that buildup of heat helps kill any weed seeds that might be in there. That's what the bacteria use to create their proteins, and they just suck that up. Of course, they don't go anywhere, so that nitrogen's basically now incorporated into the organic matter of in the bales. So, our internet friends and family, that's the end of today's work in the garden. We replanted the fava beans, we put fertilizer on the bales and watered that in, so they'll be starting to get ready for the early spring cooking, or early spring planting, and hopefully they'll grow us some good food.
How often do we use fertilizer?
Every day for a week, for the first week, and then we'll kind of spread it back out. we do have a video out there on how to do this, so go over there and watch that one too. Watch some other videos. Get ready for spring. Y'all get all excited, and then again, click on that subscribe and maybe a thumbs up or two. And there is a little black bell down there if you want to get some notification of when new videos come in. Click on that too. Just click on everything.
Leave some messages.
Okay, you guys. See you later. Probably tomorrow, because we got to do some more work on this garden. Bye.